Did you miss last night's episode of Love and Hip Hop New York? Well, don't worry, because I'm here to let you know everything that went down on last night's episode. So we first pick back up with Anais and Rich at the event when Ruben pulls up, Anais' husband. Ruben kind of sees there's some type of weird vibe going on, so he's like, hey, what's wrong? What's going on here? Then he asks Rich, well, who are you? Rich is kind of like, I work with Anais, I'm here for support. And, Anais is kind of like not looking at him, at his face or nothing. She's dodging like any type of eye contact. So Ruben's like, are you having an affair with him? And Anais can't answer truthfully. And so he's like, oh, so you are. And she's like, I am dating him. Everything blows up. He tries to fight Rich. Rich is like, bro, I didn't even know that y'all were still together. She told me y'all were getting a divorce. And it's just an ugly situation. Then, Anais' friend Jonathan comes up and he's like, I can't believe that you would really do this. Like, I just saw Rich get somebody's number. And Rich is like, I didn't do nothing. He's lying, trying to make sure that he looks good. You know what I'm saying? And Anais is like, how could you? She goes out crying and she's like, I think I really messed things up. I think I ruined my family. But, Jonathan is being a good friend and comforting her. Meanwhile, on the other side, Jacquay and Bianca meet up, and Bianca, tries to play matchmaker. So she brings her friend Cayenne, and Cayenne and Jacquay really kick it off. He hasn't been with someone since Sophia, so it was real cool to see them go out. They end up going on another date. So Bianca seems like she did real good with this match. So then we end up at the batting cages, and Snoop and Jacquay is there. Safari rolls up in his all red fur, and so does Carl. And they're basically, talking about like their relationship issues. Jacquay and Safari both like, oh, you dated Sophia, I did too, but it was a thing of the past. Moving forward, and then Carl's like, hey, I want y'all to come to this event. Y'all all welcome to bring one person, invite whoever. So it's gonna be a huge event. Then we see Peter Gunz come back, and Peter Gunz is here to talk to Rich about, what's going on in his life. Rich gives him the rundown, tells him everything that happened with Anais. Navarro is there, and he's like, yeah, that mess just got crazy. They're laughing about it. And Peter Gunz is like, this is not funny. He would know since he'd been in all those cheating scandals. But he's like, this is not funny, But Rich is like, she didn't tell me. She was still with him. So he's kind of like, at the end of the day, she didn't tell me, so I don't really know what to say. Then Ruben and Navarro meet up. And Ruben's like, okay, so Rich is your friend and I'm your boss because I'm paying you for your services to help Anais, and you're gonna let your best friend sleep with Anais. So Ruben's real upset. Navarro's trying to downplay the situation, like, I really didn't know what was going on. I brought Rich in because he's really good with putting artists out on the top, like because of his track history. Ruben's really not trying to hear that. Then Anais pulls up, and Anais is like, I'm really sorry, Ruben, like, I love you, like, I really messed up the situation. I went out and had my fun, but if you weren't being a bad husband. And after that, it was history. Ruben was like, okay, well, if I'm being a bad husband, you can get out. Don't come back to my house. He was like, you can pay your manager for his services because I pay for everything. Just going in on her. And I'm just like, sheesh, it was an awkward situation. So now Anais is homeless. And she shows up at Rich's house, trying to stay. And Rich is like, you told me it was something that it wasn't. You told me you were getting divorced. And Anais was like, well, you ended up getting a waitress number. And Rich basically tells the truth and was like, okay, but I felt like in his confessional, he was like, the relationship it wasn't fun anymore because clearly it was way more serious because you're dealing with a married woman. So that's why he ends up doing what he does. And, it seems like he doesn't want to be settled down at this moment. Now, Safari ends up taking Juju out, for some fun times as a friend, and they're talking about their relationships, and Safari tells her about Dream Doll, but then next thing you know, Sophia walks in, and Sophia sees them like they're like cool, there's no like bad blood between them. So Safari is, just catching up with her, and Sophia ends up telling him like, I really messed up with this guy named Jacquay. I really want him back. And Safari's like, oh, okay, I know Jacquay. You know what? How about you just talk to him? I'll invite you to this event, Carl's event. And we'll just pop up together, then you can talk everything out with him. So fast forward to the event, we're at Carl's event, and Lil Mo's there, and her friends come up to her like, we wouldn't even know about this event if it wasn't for his Instagram. Now Lil Mo told Carl to delete his Instagram. So she's like, Instagram? What Instagram? Carl made a whole nother Instagram and blocked her and put the flyer on that page. So, she's already heated, like, I don't want to be here no more. But she realizes it's not the right time or place. Then Safari pulls up with Sophia the Body. It's good vibes. But the end of the episode is when it gets juicy because Sophia is supposed to be there to talk to Jacquay. Jacquay walks in with Cayenne. So we'll see how that ends up next week. Be sure to check back next week for another recap, and also go on thepattypunch.com for your latest entertainment and gossip news.